Oh, look at that. Oh, Hawaiian Pizza Quiche made. Just look at that. Incredible. You got all the bits of ham on there, you got the pineapple, you got all that cheese in there. It's a quiche, but it's a pizza quiche. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're going to do an unusual one. We're going to make an Hawaiian Pizza Quiche. Now, I've never seen it done before. We're going to do it right here, right now, and it starts with making some pastry. Let's show you how to do it right now. Right, in a bowl we have some flour, in with some salt, about a teaspoon of salt, and I'm using shortening and butter. Now you can use all butter, all shortening, all marge, anything up to you. In we go. Now you can make the pastry in a food processor, whiz it all up in a few seconds, but you know, it doesn't take that long to make it. And you know, you've only got your hands and the bowl to wash afterwards. So it's nice and easy then. Just mix it all in there. We want the usual breadcrumbs. So it's just lift. And by lifting, we're aerating. So we're just lifting up and we're rubbing our hands together to form breadcrumbs. Nice and steady. Lift, rub together, and the breadcrumbs will form. It only takes a couple of minutes. Okay, our wet ingredients then. I've got water and I'm going in there with a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Get that in there. And an egg. We're making a rich shortcrust pastry. All we need to do is just bring that together and then we'll get our hands in. Okay, clean hands, hands in. Let's bring it all together and make a dough ball. Now this only takes a couple of minutes. So a couple of minutes to mix it into breadcrumbs and a couple of minutes to put this together. 5 minutes, a ball of pastry. There we are. I'll split that. Split that into two. And then we need to take some cling film. Roll out your cling film. Get your pastry. Put your pastry on the cling film. Squash it down. Flatten it a little bit. By flattening it down, it just helps when we come to rolling it out. There we go. Next one, cling film. Take your pastry, squash it down. There we go. 2 flattened pieces of pastry in the fridge. 30 minutes, no more. Okay, so this is our pastry out of the fridge. And then what we're going to do, we're going to roll it out to fit a quiche tin. Now this is a 9-inch loose bottom quiche tin. Hopefully there should be enough pastry in one of these. Okay, so we got the usual then. We need to roll that out to fit that quiche tin. Still a bit cold this, it might crack. Okay, there's our 9-inch tin. There's our pastry. Let's get it in the tin. Now I am going to just do that. A little bit of flour. Chuck it out. Push it down in your tin, right into the bottom, work it in, leave an overhang. Try and leave an overhang. We're going to blind bake this and it might shrink in and we cut off afterwards. Now obviously we don't want all that overhang on there, we want a little bit of an overhang. So just trim off the best you can with a knife or scissors, anything like that. Just take some of that pastry off there. Okay, there's our pastry. What we need to do is prick it with a fork. We want some holes in there. We want to try and stop it from puffing up. And if you can put a little couple in the top, that would be marvellous. Right, then what we need to do is take some baking parchment. We're just going to take off a little bit of that raggy end there. Now, this does not have to be perfect. We just need to put that in there. Screw it all up like that. It just makes it easier for going in the pastry base. Put that in your pastry base like that. Chuck in your baking beads to hold it down. Now these are ceramic baking beads, or baking beans, whatever you want to call them. I do use them all the time for home baking. You can preheat your oven 170 degrees 5 minutes and then whack this in the oven. Okay, and we're going to go in the oven and we're going to pre-bake this for about 12 minutes, no longer. So set your time. And set your temperature to 170 and hit play. Let it cook away. Okay, there we go. Out it comes. So we need to be taking those beads out of there. This is why we have this. Now this still could go all over the place. In there. Now we've already got a nice crusty base on there, but we need to seal it. So we are going to use egg in our quiche, but we're going to give it a little bit of a beating now. And we're going to brush the bottom of our quiche. Now this is an old-fashioned way of sealing the quiche bottom. Now a lot of people don't do this anymore. They end up with a quiche bottom which is as soggy as heck. So that's nice and steady, and that obviously we're going to use in our quiche. This goes back in the oven just a couple of minutes just to give it that little bit of a seal on there. Basically what happens, it just dries the egg on. Now I just want a couple of minutes. Okay, while that's whirring away in the background, we just want to make up our filling. So just beat up our egg. And we want to go in there with some cream or some milk. Up to you. I'm using cream. Now it's a good cup of cream in there with 3 eggs. Got a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of salt. Give that a mix. And then we need to be throwing some onion in there. A little bit of pepper. Now I'm using yellow pepper. I'm sticking with a pineapple colour. But you know, you can use red pepper, anything like that. In fact, you can add anything you want. We want a good pinch of oregano. That's in there. Stir it all through. And we'll chuck some ham in. Chopped ham. Nice little bit of chopped ham going in there. I'm going to reserve a little bit, see if we can get some on the top. That's in. I'll be chucking some cheddar in there. Again, I'm going to save a little bit for the top. And I've got some mozzarella. Quick little stir around. in with some pineapple. Again, I'm keeping some for the top. And that is our mixture. Out with our base. Now we are going to stick with the pizza theme. I've got a little bit of tomato puree, tomato paste. Now we're not going to go bananas, we're just going to put a little bit on there. Now this is totally optional. You don't have to use it if you don't want, but come on, a pizza always has that on the bottom. And then it's just a case of, let's have our mix in there. A little bit of ham on there, on the top. And a couple of bits of that reserved pineapple. Over with just a little bit more cheese. Only a little bit, because this is going to go all over. And a little bit of mozzarella. Get that on there. Now this looks like it might overflow, and I am going to do just a little pinch of oregano on the top. Now you can put all sorts of other stuff on there if you want, that's entirely up to you, but I think that's enough. And all we've got to do now is whack it back in the oven. So we're going to get in the, we're going to get it in the oven, and we're going to cook it in there for about 20 minutes. Everything should be okay. So there we are, back in, back on, and we want to hit this for about 20 minutes. Check it in about 20 minutes, see if it's cooked in the middle. Should be solidified enough, we'll have to see. There we are, how it comes. Okay, we're just going to slide that on there, look. Just look at that. We'll let this rest for about 5-10 minutes, something like that. Let it cool down. It will sink a little bit in there, I think. And then we'll just run a knife round to take off that extra pastry that we had on there. And it should look like a really nice quiche. So I'll give it 10 minutes, let it cool down, and we'll take a slice. Run a knife round. Let's take off that crust. Whoa, it's still a bit hot that, but we need to be popping that, we need to be getting it out. So we are going to bob that on there, and we are going to gently, whoa, there we have it. That is absolutely red hot. So we need to just get this off of there. That is our Hawaiian Pizza Quiche. Look at that. Absolutely superb. I've just got a couple of these basil leaves from the garden. Come on. Just look at that. That looks tremendous. All we gotta do now is cut a slice. Whoa, let's get in here and cut a slice of this. Oh, are we ready for this? Oh, look at that. Oh, Hawaiian Pizza Quiche made. Just look at that. Incredible. You got all the bits of ham on there, you got the pineapple, you got all that cheese in there. It's a quiche, but it's a pizza quiche. What about that? All we got to do now is give it a try. It's a bit warm. What we got on the bottom? Look at that. Perfectly cooked bottom on there. That's a nice crusty base, you know. We pre-baked that And we rub that egg on there. Perfect. Let's give it a go. Oh, let's take a slice of this. Just like a pizza, actually. Smells like Hawaiian. Oh, 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 that is absolutely superb. Wow. No, that is delicious. I'm eating with my mouth full again. That is absolutely superb. That little bit of tomato puree on the bottom of there, you can taste that coming through. Pineapples, the peppers, oregano, all that cheese. I know it's a quiche, but that is superb. Wow. Now, if you like what we're doing, don't forget, smash that like and subscribe, share with your friends. All that kind of stuff. We'll catch you in the next video. That is amazing.